What's going on there, folks? All right, we're gonna do a little test here, a little comparison of the brand new focus, the new Rigid Hyper Octane lithium ion Bluetooth 3 amp hour battery. All right, we're gonna do a little torque test between the 3 amp hour and the 2 amp hour. Now, I'm going with the 2 amp hour only because that's the battery that came with this specific brushless impact driver. This is the 3-speed rigid brushless impact driver. This is the model R86037. Claims to have 2,250 inch-pounds of torque. Let's see if it tells you on here. No, it does not. But it has 3,500 impacts per minute. So a pretty good IPM for this rigid impact driver. Now, there's a newer brushless version. I guess we'd call this the Gen 1 brushless, rigid brushless impact driver. They have a newer version out. I don't think it has as much torque. I think it's like 2,000. Not really sure. But anyway, the impact driver is really not important. But I decided to go with this only because, I don't want to really torque my lug nuts to 300, foot-pounds of torque. So we're going to test lug nuts. They're going to be torqued at 150 foot-pounds of torque. Okay? We're going to see if the rigid impact driver, brushless impact driver, can remove the lug nuts with a 2 amp hour battery. Now, if it can't, we're going to try the 3 amp hour. Now, I decided at 150, that's pretty much, they claim it has 2,250 inch-pounds of torque. That's almost 200 foot-pounds. You always hear me talk about Rigid's numbers. They kind of inflate them a little bit. But it really doesn't matter. But I decided to go with 150 foot-pounds. I think that's reasonable. And I think it's going to be, tough with this particular impact driver. So we're going to see if it makes any difference going from the 2 to the 3. Now, I think we will see a difference. I might have to go up to 160. We're going to go. I'm thinking the first one is going to work because I've done tests in the past with the 2 amp hour batteries. And going to a 4 amp hour battery really made a difference. So I think going to the 3 is going to make a difference also. Now, when I did it in the past, it was 128. We're going up to 150. And not only that, we're using a brushless impact driver. If you've seen my other rigid video with the lug nuts, that was with a brushed impact driver. But anyway, we're going to see if it makes a difference. I think we're going to see a difference. And again, I was going to go with the 4 amp hour, but sorry about that. Yeah, I was going to go with the 4 amp hour battery, but since this impact driver, at least the impact driver kit that I got, it came with a 2 amp hour battery. I wanted to use what it came with. But, honestly, most of the time, you're not using a 4 amp hour battery with an impact driver. Some people might. I'm not going to, go into that. But most of the people want to keep the impact driver light. Comes with 2.0 batteries. Obviously, you can use a 4 or 5, whatever toots your horn there. But, for the most part, it really should be used with a 2 amp hour battery. But I wanted to do it with the 2 also because, we weighed the 3 amp hour battery compared to the 2. It's only half a pound lighter. So I think adding, if you have this kit, this is the kit you're rocking. Maybe you're looking for a little extra run time. Maybe you're trying to squeeze out a little bit more torque out of this impact driver. You could buy one of these 3s. I think they're like $79 for one. I don't know how much. Maybe $79 for just one of these. You can get the twin pack for $139. I think this holiday season we're going to see them on sale. At some point, maybe 2 for $99. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, you might want to maybe pick up one of these 3 amp hours, and if it's going to add some runtime, which it definitely will. And let's see if it adds a little bit of torque. I think we're going to see a difference, like I said, only because we've done this test kind of before. But let's put these batteries to the test. Let's show you. We got a full 2 amp hour. We got a full 3 amp hour. Like I said, only half a pound difference, but as you can see, it's a bigger battery. Same size as the 5 amp hour battery. If you have the 5 amp hour battery, it's just obviously not as tall. But this battery has the bigger cells in it. Okay, and this is the only rigid battery. There's the 3 octane, there's the 6 amp hour octane, and then there's the 9 amp hour octane. All right, the 3 amp hour is the only one with the 2700 cells in it. All right, so there is an advantage to this 3 amp hour battery. All right, so let's see what happens. Again, the lug nuts will be torqued at 150 foot-pounds. Let's see if we can get them off with the 2. And if not, we'll go to the 3. All right, so as I thought, you're definitely going to see a difference between the 2 and the 3 amp hour. In torque, it's going to add a little bit. Not really a surprise there. Just wanted to show you, for the people that don't have the 3 or the 6 or the 9, like I said, they're pretty much the same design as the 5 amp hour, same size. Obviously, the 5 is a little bit taller. And like I said, weight-wise, you're looking at 1.4 pounds for the 3 and 1 pound for the 2 amp hour. So you're not even adding half a pound. So like I said, if you're rocking with the rigid, any of the tools, guys, whether it be the hammer drill, drill driver. These new, octane batteries are definitely going to add a little bit more torque. Now, once I get a 6 or a 9 amp hour, we'll kind of see what the difference might be with the 3, because the 3, remember, have the bigger cells than the 6 and 9. Now, obviously, they're bigger batteries, so I think it'll be even, to be honest with you, only because it's double. You got double the cells in it, but we'll test it when the time comes. But make a long story short, guys, if you're looking for a little bit more pop for your tools, and like I said, the 3 makes a lot of sense because you're adding less than half a pound to your tool, and you are going to get the extra runtime if you're running with the 2 amp hour. Like I said, some of these kits also come with the 1.5. If you got the 1.5 or the 2, I think, like I said, you can get a 3 for $79 or 2 for $139. I think that the double pack again will drop down to $99 at some point. So if you want to add, you rigid people who want to add the Octanes batteries to your tools, I think it's a great idea. All right, we'll catch you on the flip.